Mr. Naruhodo! What on earth were you playing at just now? Or rather... What on earth were you playing it all along? Really? You're blaming me? You did it to yourself! My hypothesis! My amazing hypothesis! You've been picking holes in it from the start! Oh, that's what you mean. But... Wait, I thought you want a... Wait, don't you want like a not guilty verdict so you can protect your invention? Sorry about that. But you promised me. You said you'd prove that dreaded explosion was an accident, not murder. Yes, that's what I'm trying to do. Then you said you'd keep my precious invention from falling into anyone else's hands. But all you've done so far is try to undermine me. No, I've been trying to undermine you so that I can prove that it was an accident. Yes, I did make you a promise, you're right. I said that I'd believe in you and fight for your freedom to the very end. But I also told you I was no scientist. I don't understand your hypothesis. The fact is, there's an undeniable flaw in your logic, isn't there? But if I just run through some equations... Yes, you see, it's because my work is incomplete. Perhaps it is. Nevertheless, a man died as a consequence, didn't he? Oh no! What are you... Did you forget about that? You're right. You're so right. It's all my fault. And I have no right to blame you for my failures. I'm a disaster, not just as a scientist, but as a human being! Well, don't be so overdramatic. And while we're on the subject... Well, what about Baroque? He's being awful! Claiming his old university friend to be a murderer, you mean? He's a disaster, not just as a prosecutor, but as a human being! Wow, you two really fit together, huh? Oh, but no, wait, he's the Reaper, isn't he? Perhaps he's not classified as Homo sapiens anymore. I doubt that. Glad that's cleared up. Can I double check something with you? Yes, what? The machine and the demonstration you prepared, they were based entirely on your hypothesis, I presume? There was no trickery involved? I drew the plans for the machine with my very own hands. Every line was painstakingly drawn from the firm belief that science is the only future. So yes, it's true that my hypothesis hasn't reached maturity yet. But please, Mr. Naruhodo, you must believe in it. Alright, Professor, I understand. The prosecution witnesses are ready to take the stand. Court is about to be in session again. But I don't know if I can believe him. Well, I can believe him, but I cannot believe his theories, hypothesis. It all hinges on that demonstration. If the professor's hypothesis is sound as he claims, it leaves him as the only person who could possibly have killed the victim. But on the other hand, Mr. Sholmes was adamant. A practical implementation such as was attempted by the professor is quite impossible. So really, what should I be trying to prove here?
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby reconvene the proceedings of this court. Counsels for the defense and prosecution, are you ready for the new witnesses to testify?
The prosecution is ready, my lord. As is the defense, my lord.
So, Lord Van Zeeks, I believe these next witnesses saw the demonstration on the day in question with their own eyes?
Indeed, they did. And as luck would have it, one of them is a police detective. So the testimony we are about to hear can be considered highly reliable. A police detective? Please tell me I do not know this person. Perfect. A detective of all people. The prosecution's stance remains unchanged. Though it ended in tragedy, the demonstration on the day in question was scientifically sound. And consequently, the sole person with the opportunity to have committed this act of murder is the only other individual to have been present on the stage at the time, the accused.
Thank you, counsel. The prosecution's defense is clear. So bring forth your witnesses now.
Bailiff, show the witnesses in. The witnesses whose proximity to the incident on the day in question will clarify the truth unequivocally. Oh, okay. Oh. Wait, hold on. One of them is a police detective? Are you calling Gina Lestrade a police detective? Are you alright, Van Zieks? Witnesses, state your names and occupations for the court to hear.
My name is Balthazar Loon. I am the impresario of all the hot air balloons in vicinity of the Experimento stage.
Impresario? Mein Name ist Wilhelm Gottsreich Sigismund Ormstein. I have come to see the Great Exhibition all the way from my home in Bohemia. I'm very rich. Inspector Gina Lestrade, Scotland Yard. I'm a great detective. Even Sherlock Holmes agrees. Debatable? You're not even an inspector. What? Baroque Van Zieks, did you not do a background check on her? What the heck? I was on security duty at the exhibition and I got to go up in one of them balloons. It was amazing. Gina, again? I'm so disappointed in you, Baroque. But she did mention that she'd seen the disaster from up in a balloon actually, didn't she? And she clearly loved every minute of it. There were 3 balloons flying near the public experimentation stage when the incident occurred. 2 of these witnesses were in one such balloon at a time and saw events unfold from the skies above.
Megatron, like they were in the clouds. It was only an altitude of circa 60 feet, very low.
Oh, well, you can't see nothing if you fly too high, can ya? 60 feet, about 18 meters then.
Thank you for your introductions. Now, you will give your formal testimony for the court. Kindly describe exactly what you witnessed, especially those of you who had a vantage point above the stage. It was an incident terrible. I am only grateful that my balloons were not damaged.
And there's this huge bang from the stage, and in the next second, another bang in the sky beside us. And from the smoke, a cage appeared out of nowhere.
The cage fell from the sky like a stone and crashed into the crystal tower.
I didn't get a good look inside the cage, but no one went near it after it crashed into the tower. Hold on, what? Huge bang and another bang. In the sky beside you? 2 bangs.
A most extraordinary collective account, I must say.
Could I just clarify something? There's a detail in the witness's testimony that I've not heard any mention of until now. Specifically that there were 2 explosions. More precisely, 2 explosions in 2 separate places, yes. When the demonstration began, the balloon carrying the two witnesses was around here. Oh, that's not high at all. There were other balloons in the air nearby at the time carrying other passengers as well, to be clear. Then, as power was supplied to the machine for the demonstration, the first explosion occurred. The so-called birdcage that contained the victim disappeared from the stage, and a moment later, the second explosion occurred directly adjacent to the balloon carrying the witnesses. The birdcage appeared at the site of the explosion, subsequently to plummet down into the crystal tower. I was very surprised. Suddenly a cage appeared before my eyes with a person inside. The blast was so hot, but I didn't want to miss a thing, so I kept my eyes wide. I still have lots of money. Okay, that's good to hear.
Precisely, who is this curious infant?
I'm told he is a young noble of Bohemian royalty. Apparently, he disguised himself in order to steal unnoticed into the Great Exhibition. Yeah, I am here in London on a sightseeing trip with my elementary school. We will have the benefit of a child's point of view in the testimony. The benefit? Do we really need that? When I remove my mask, this is what I look like.
Oh yes, I see. A delightful face, I'm sure.
Yeah, everybody says so. Great disguise then. The point is, the testimony of these witnesses further substantiates the facts for the court. Namely that despite ending in an explosion, instantaneous kinesis was successfully demonstrated. And furthermore, that until the arrival of the police, no one approached the crystal tower where the victim fell. Therefore, only the accused who was with Mr. Asman on the stage could possibly have committed the murder.
Yes, thank you, counsel. The prosecution's views on the matter are quite clear. So the defense's cross-examination now, please.
Yes, my lord. Oh, he removed his mask permanently. Incident terrible. And then there was a lot of smoke and a cage appeared out of nowhere. It fell from the sky like a stone. No one went near it. Okay, we need to press. First of all, the two bangs.
Hold it!
So you actually saw the accident happen from up in the air? Yeah, isn't it amazing what a detective gets to do, eh? I'm telling ya, Otto, being a lawyer is a mug's game. You should join the force and we can go flying together. You know me so well. Yes, well, anyway. Could you tell us exactly what you saw, do you think? Everything? We saw everything, cause we were up above it all. That dodgy cove climbing into the cage and that dodgy professor pulling all them levers. And that's when it happened. That's when there was that massive bang and the cage disappeared, just like that.
You are describing the moment the subject's body was decomposed by the electricity, I believe.
I didn't know what to make of it, but then there was another bang right in the air. I looked round, and then there was a huge great fireball right next to us in the sky, and there was nothing there before. A fireball. A fireball, Gina? Are you serious?
Excuse me!
Master Gods, does your memory of the day differ? My teacher at elementary school said said when you meet someone for the first time, you should always use the full name. Yes, what was it again? Wilhelm Gottsreich Sigismund Ormstein. Wilhelm Gottsreich. Just the 4 names then? The point is, do you have something to say? Something to add in response to Detective Gina Lestrade's last remark, perhaps? Oi, get it right, Otto? It's Inspector Lestrade. Why does everyone here have a problem with how I address them at the moment? How did I address her? Detective Gina Lestrade. It's now Inspector Lestrade? Are you okay? That is not what I saw. Oh? Yeah, there was a second explosion and it was right beside our balloons, that is true. But I'm sure. Which is what I said, in it. 1 minute there was nothing there and next a massive explosion. My teacher at elementary school said when someone else is speaking, if you are rude enough to interrupt, you will have the most awful life imaginable. Are all Bohemians brought up to be so full of joy? Well, the hot air balloon person is happy about that, at least. Wait, what's on his head? That's like a fire. Isn't that dangerous? Just before the second explosion happened next to our balloon, I clearly witnessed a green balloon flying in the sky. A green balloon? You what? I never saw nothing like that. Well, I did. I saw it, and you can't say I didn't. I will complain to the consul. I will cry and scream. My testimony is the truth. I am Bohemian Prince. You cannot say it's a lie. That is not allowed. Playing the bleeding royalty card. Ah, yeah. Typical. Says the orphan who likes to remind people she works for Her Majesty's police.
In that case, young man, I must ask you to amend your former testimony in the interest of the cordial national relations between Great Britain and Bohemia.
It was not the sky that exploded, it was a green balloon that was next to us at the time. Wait, what? You're saying a green balloon exploded next to you? What? Hold it! A green balloon, you say? Are you sure about that? Of course I am sure. I am proud Bohemian Prince. All these questions are making me boring. They are making you boring. I think you mean bored. Ach, English is so very annoying. The languages of my countrymen is far superior. Ragazzo, it is very wrong to lie. Ragazzo? Lie?
Flying balloons never explode. For the same reason the planets never explode. It is logical.
Please tell me that doesn't mean logical. If you insult me, you insult all of Bohemia.
But I
will have the army come and shoot all of your stupid balloons out of the sky. All of them. Oh my goodness. He's just a child. Oh, he's happy too.
Here are your highness.
Gladly take the money. If only all international incidents were so easily resolved. Now that peaceful relations have been restored, perhaps we could return to the testimony. Did you also see the moment that the cage materialized, Mr. Loon?
No, I did not see the explosion myself, however.
The cage, it fell from the sky like a stone. Hold it! Did you see that actually happen?
No, in reality I did not. I saw after it hit the tower.
Okay, so you didn't see it. What?
There was a grande confusion around the stage. I ran to see what had happened. I was terrorized by the idea that one of my balloons had crashed.
I suppose they are his livelihood.
And when I looked up to the sky, all my precious balloons were still there.
I saw it though, I saw it slam into the tower. After all, I am a detective now. I thought you were an inspector. Then tell us what you saw, Inspector Lestrade. That's what I like to hear.
Hold it!
Was it you who gave the order to keep people away? Eh? Use your head, although how could it have been me? I was up in the balloon, weren't I? Right. So cause I wasn't available, it was the boss who had to lag it over there. I was getting shoved and kicked all over by the panicking spectators as he tried to steal off the scene. It was a real sight to behold, I can tell ya. Amazing. Poor Inspector Gregson. So anyway, I couldn't see the cage that well cause of all that smoke. And I didn't really want to see, to be honest. I was scared out of me wits. Keep it together, Inspector. The prosecution really is asserting that the demonstration was genuine? But what if it was actually some kind of switch-around trick instead? But how? I mean, it's the same person. The fact is the person was on the experimentation stage and in the next second he was on the Crystal Tower. So how did that happen? Like a body double? That would mean that the victim was never actually on the stage in the first place. Not sure about that. The two explosions would have thrown everyone watching into a panic for sure. I think I need to find out more about what exactly people saw at the time. Were they really not damaged? What about a green balloon?
Hold it!
There were 3 balloons flying above the experimentation stage at the time, I understand?
See, all 3 of them are bellissimi bambini. They are very popular, signor, as some people would pay £10 for one ride.
£10? That's more than my annual stipend. And £20 a month. That is my pocket money.
Royals have all the luck.
I got up there for free, I did. Play the old I work for Her Majesty's police card, you know?
Detectives have all the luck.
If they're so popular, why would you only be operating such a small number of balloons though?
Because if I have too many in the skies, they could crash into each other.
The operators for the balloons were decided by lots, with each operator manning a particular area.
See, and the zone above the public experimentation stage is the most profitable. The other impresarios, they hate me. Thank you, witness. I think the court has a clear picture of the arrangements of the balloon rides. Perhaps we could hear more about what you actually witnessed.
Alright, I can fill you in there, my lord. Okay, wow, I don't think I find anything suspicious. What's suspicious is what he says. It was a great balloon that was next to ours at the time. And I think we have this thing, piece of green cloth. Canvas-like material backed with rubber. That could be from the balloon, right? But this is not a contradiction. This is more like the opposite of a contradiction. This is like an assurance. And this is a crossbow. Used to shoot off the balloon. Okay. To make it so that something worked, like the machine worked. Huh. Okay, even though this is not a contradiction, I need to present this, right? That's what the game wants me to do.
Objection!
The defense would have to object. No! I don't want to object.
I would have to overrule your objection, counsel, for no reason.
I accept.
Glad to hear it, and you would also have to think again,
Huge bang and another bang in the sky beside you. It was a green balloon. But I want to say that he's right. A wound to the chest that pierced the heart. Oh wait, the balloon is gone. With balloon, do you mean a hot air balloon or just some random balloon?
Hold it!
Flying balloons never explode for the same reason the planets never explode. It is logical. What? How is this logical? Oh god. The cage fell from the sky. Is that somehow wrong? We have some glass splitters here. Did we forget to press something?
Hold it!
A bang and the cage disappeared. Another bang. There was a huge great fireball next to us. And the cage appeared out of the flames.
That description sounds like the moment after the man was beamed instantaneously through space.
It's mind-blowing, ain't it? But that's the 20th century for you. I reckon. So the people who actually saw the demonstration with their own eyes really believe they saw something miraculous taking place? It fell from the sky like a stone.
Hold it!
But you did not see that happen. When you looked up to the sky, all his precious balloons were still there. It was not the sky that exploded, it was a great green balloon. I feel like... Should I present this one? But this is not a contradiction either. The fact there are scorch marks at the edges means there was fire involved somehow. Oh, you said no balloons were damaged. But this is not true, right? Because we found some canvas-like material which belonged to your balloon. One of your balloons.
Objection!
Mr. Loon, in your testimony, you said that all 3 of the balloons you had operating at the time were undamaged.
See, that is correct. If they had been caught in the explosiones, it would have been terrible.
I wonder if you might know what this is.
I think it may be C, part of a balloon, a burnt piece of the fabric of the envelope.
Sorry, the envelope?
Pardon, that is the large round part of the balloon which becomes filled with hot air. It is made from very thick fabric lined with rubber. You do not want it to rip when you are in the sky.
Just as I thought. This piece of cloth was found near the experimentation stage, in other words, as Master Gods testified. A green balloon did indeed explode that day. If all the balloons in the sky above the experimentation stage belonged to you, Mr. Loon, then your statement that they were all undamaged clearly contradicts the evidence.
No!
If a balloon exploded today, why didn't the man say so? And maybe everyone on board was killed. Oh no, haven't you just spent 10 whole pounds worth of experience? What? It seems that even this crash for 50. The instantaneous kinesis did occur, but after the explosion on the stage, the point of materialization shifted to a location occupied by a balloon.
Causing a balloon to explode? Yes, eminently plausible.
An unfortunate traffic accident, as it were, but it changes nothing about the pertinent facts.
This I cannot accept!
Why not, Mr. Loon?
You are suggesting that I am a liar! That a person died in a balloon incident!
No, maybe it didn't explode, it just got damaged somehow. There's no need to get fired up, Mr. Loon. The victim was the sole fatality that day.
That's right, and I prove it! Balthazar Loon is not a liar. There was no balloon in the sky, it is non possible.
You're saying it's impossible? Why? This court has more important matters to discuss than the number of balloons that were operating that day.
Objection!
What was that? But we can't ignore the fact that nobody appears to have known anything about this other balloon until now. My lord, the defense calls for further testimony from Mr. Loon.
I concur. There is clearly more to the truth here than meets the eye. It's imperative that we clear up the issue of this phantom balloon, I feel. Witness, you will give us supplementary testimony about the balloons you were operating.
Gracias, my lord.
As I said, Balthazar Loon is no liar. Every balloon I had in the sky landed safely. All 3 of my balloons were carrying passengers. If they fell to the ground in an explosion, what a catastrophe!
But you can't get away from the fact that a burned up bit of cloth was found at the scene, can ya? The coppers at the yard reckon it was probably some debris thrown from the explosion on the stage. The stupido ragazzo is mistaken. My balloons have the red and blue zigzag stripes anyway. Oh. They're not green. Huh?
So your assertion is that the balloon this child saw was not the one belonging to you?
Si, exactamente. Exactamente. If he even saw a balloon in the first place,
I do not like the sound of it. It is very bad for business. I have a good mind to sue the land of Bohemia.
Holy crap. And if you attack us, we will fight back. It will be war, all out war. But here you go.
What happened to all-out war?
Mr. Loon certainly doesn't appear to be lying, but that doesn't change the fact that the testimony and evidence are contradictory here. If the defense is unable to find fault, the court must consider them the truth. Think long and hard on that, my learned friend. The situation has clearly changed now. I have to get to the bottom of what happened here, no matter what it takes.
So you may now cross-examine the witnesses.
Stupido ragazzo. Your balloons have the red and blue zigzag stripes. Let's press on that.
Hold it!
You mean the color is wrong?
Si, senor, I do not have any green balloons in my warehouse.
And yet, a piece of green cloth was found at the scene, and it's unmistakably from a balloon.
Well, I do not know how that can be.
You're sweating. For the sake of argument, let's say that a green balloon did explode above the stage. You couldn't therefore conclude that it happened on the day in question. Why not? There have been recreational balloon flights over Hyde Park operating from before the Great Exhibition. One could have exploded on some earlier date. Unfortunate, as I'm sure you'd agree.
You believe it may have been from some earlier balloon accident that predates the exhibition?
Si, exactamente. Exactamente.
As the senior says, it is not from one of my balloons.
Clearly this little ragazzo from Bohemia is mistaken about what he saw. Uh-oh, it's all-out war.
Excuse me,